So we now have our animate function working, but we really have only used the very first parameter, right? And it had 4 different properties in it, but that first parameter is everything in the opening and closing curly braces. And you can put just one property in there, or you can put many. If we look at the JavaScript, the jQuery Animate, it actually has multiple parameters. Remember, it has the selector.animate is the effect, and then this is the one that we've done so far. And this shows 2 others, but there's actually 3 others that you can use. If we go down here to the references and we choose effects, it will list all of the effects that are available for us to use. And animate is one of them. And notice we've used other ones, fade in and fade out, and slide down and slide up. So we've used those, but notice that there are also others in there. So if we click on animate, then this will tell us the details of the animate function. And if we look at the syntax here, again, it has the selector.animate, and then it has that list of styles, which is what we've already used. Next is the speed. And by the way, in this section, you can go ahead and look at which styles are allowed. Styles are allowed that have numeric values. And so the example that they give that you can't use is background color. And notice that background color is not on here. So you can't change every style using animate. So speed is the second one, and this works just like we've seen it used in fade in and fade out and slide up and slide down, is that it can be fast, slow, strings, or it can be a series of milliseconds. So let's go ahead and add this. This is the first parameter, and then we put a comma and the second parameter, and I'm going to put 600 milliseconds here. And that will say that's how long it's going to take to make that animation last. And then the third argument is easing, and that specifies the speed of the change, whether it's steady, which is the linear, it moves at a constant speed, the animation, whatever's changing it changes at a constant speed, or it is the swing, which means it moves slower at the beginning and the end, but faster in the middle. So swing is the default. Let's go ahead and leave that default and see how it works. So we'll just change it to the speed, and we'll refresh and say do this over time. So now when we click fireworks, it's going to do that over time. And let's see if we can do that one more time so we can see what does that mean, and kind of watch how it changes over those 600 milliseconds. Okay, slow, fast, slow. Now we want to change it to linear, so this is the third parameter, so do a comma and type in linear and save it and refresh. Now this is, okay, notice, now watch, this is going to make an error. Then I click on it. Notice I get an error up here. I really like keeping my console open so I know right away when I've made an error. And that way I don't have to try to think I've done, trying to figure it out. So it tells me right away I've made an error. And it turns out this parameter needs to be in quotes. So be sure and put it in quotes. And now let's see if we can see it. Okay, and remember we're going to see if it changes different. And there you get this nice steady, it's a constant change that it changes over.